Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Good day, everyone. My name is Mkhize. I'm from the Department of Water and Sanitation under the Proto CMA to Pongola to Mzimkulu. Thank you once again to give me the opportunity to present or to share with you the development and the implementation of our proto catchment management strategy and its importance in relation to the problem of the dam siltations. Um, then I will just give you just an overview of the legislative framework and the mandate of the CMA, as well as the benefit of the ecological infrastructure when it comes to the dam siltations, and also the approach that we use to develop this proto catchment management strategy, as well as giving you the practical examples of the implementation of the proto CMS for reducing the dam siltation. Maybe people will wonder why we call it the Proto CMA, because we are still operating as a Proto CMA, which is a catchment management agency. That is why we call this document as a Proto catchment management strategy. So, as we all know that the water is a fundamental to life and is also enshrined in the constitution of the country through the Bill of Rights. It is important that water resources are efficiently and effectively managed in order to grow the economy through the national development plans, as well as the national water resource strategy 2, which also provide a legal framework. The National Water Act, which provided the legal framework for the how water should be managed in a sustainable and efficient manner. So the National Water Act, Chapter 7, it gives us the mandate to establish the catchment management agencies. The first mandate of the catchment management agencies to develop the catchment management strategy in order to manage their water resources in their water management area. Um, Although the catchment management for our catchment management agency is still operating as a proto CMA, we are not yet fully operational. However, we also developed this so-called proto catchment management strategy to not to wait until the CMA is fully operational, but to start protecting our water resources in a sustainable manner. The catchment management strategy, according to the guideline and also with the National Water Act, it says we must take account the classification of water resources and also the water resource quality objectives and the requirement of the reserves in order to meet the international obligations. It also tells us that we need to also set strategies, objectives, plans, and guidelines, and also procedures. In doing so, we need to also to ensure that we correct or the correct the past imbalances to through the development of the water allocation plans, as well as in taking into account the national and the regional plans that are available in that particular province or that water management area, as well as to ensure that during that development of this strategy, we ensure that public participation takes place in order to allow the stakeholders to be part of water resource management, and also to ensure that the expectation of the current users and potential users is taken into consideration as well. This is just a guideline, CMS guideline from that was developed in 2008 by the Department of Water and Sanitation to ensure that our the set out how we should go about setting out developing the catchment management strategy, as well as to ensure that we follow this guideline. But however, in KZN, what we did is to undertake the catchment description and situation analysis using various documents that are available, which assisted us to develop our proto CMS, which most important document was internal strategic perspectives, where the National Water and Sanitation Master Plan, the National Water Resource Strategy 2, and also the KZN Provincial Growth and Development Strategy, and other studies that the Department of Water and Sanitation developed, such as water reconciliation strategies, which were developed in KZN, and also looking at various other documents that assist us to do the situation analysis. Then the approach that we, as a proto CMS, we use the similar framework to develop our catchment management forums, which identify the vision, the key strategic themes, the strategic action and intervention. The timeline of activities to date, we actually started this process in October 2018. Under the Kingfisher project in collaboration with the Dutch water authorities, where we identify a key of the strategic themes and the objectives and few interventions or actions that were are, in line with the strategic themes that were identified. And then we went down to also in a first round of stakeholder engagement throughout the water management area, where we presented the situation analysis in order to allow the stakeholders to develop the vision and also comment on the themes that we initially prior identified and the objectives and interventions. Then we had another engagement with specifically that was targeting for the local government, which was undertaken between June to November 2019. And then we had a second draft in December 2019. And also we continued with the second round of stakeholder consultation, which took place in January and February 2020. And also we also went to develop another draft where we are now, this present moment in time, where between February and August, we are being assisted by the SANPI to appoint the service provider that will be assisting us in terms of reviewing and consolidating the existing or developed the proto CMS. In doing so, then we will be also another stakeholder engagement with the stakeholders to ensure that we finalize the document. After that, after the final documentation, there will be also another stakeholder engagement in terms of developing the implementation plan, where the stakeholders will be given the opportunity to prioritize activities and allocate appropriate budget. Then during the first stakeholder engagement, we presented the National Water Resource Strategy 2 vision with an aim of stimulating the discussion with the stakeholders. The second and third vision in this slide, were received from the stakeholders. These are the vision that they proposed, which will be also taken care of during the review and the consolidation by the service provider that will be appointed with an assistance of SANBI. So these are the key strategic themes that were identified during the stakeholder engagement, even during the involvement of the Dutch water authorities. These are the 7 key strategic themes. So in terms of this picture, it also shows the catchment management strategy that is a transformative strategy for integrated water resource management. And also it is a collaborative effort reflecting multiple role players with various roles and responsibility, which the IRRM cannot be achieved without considering for land and water-based activities that impact on the resource base. Um, this slide also show the dams that we have. 19 state dams in KZN. On this table show the number of dams, as I've said. It shows that the full supply capacity of each dams and the current water stored in these dams as at of the 2nd of May 2021. The total storage capacity is plus or minus 5,000 cubic meters. And it is important that dams have it need to be noted that each dam need to have operating rule to give effect to the reserves and other protection requirements in order to avoid these so-called dam siltations. The slide, this picture shows the effect, the functionality or the healthy versus degraded ecological infrastructure that can be the dam can um, uh, this picture shows the effect, the functionality and healthy versus degraded ecological infrastructure that can have on the dam longevity. Investing in ecological infrastructure ensure a longer time frame for the functionality of the dam. So here as well in this slide, it's also showing the benefit of the ecological infrastructure in the siltation of the dams. The importance that the dams play a vital role in ensuring that um, the greater flow regulation result in more efficient and dam operation. It also reduce the sediment load flowing into reservoirs, electricity turbines and other equipment last longer. And large dam also contribute to significant to economic growth, food security and national development. So in this slide, we also showing that how we envisage to implement our catchment management strategy. We're saying we were going to have the catchment management strategy, and then we develop the implementation plan that will have a prioritization of activities and allocation of budget. And then we further go down into the catchment level where we're going to develop the catchment management plans of each of our water catchment management areas. So yeah, it shows the practicality or the examples on how we are envisaging or earmarking to ensure that we protect the dam siltation. The theme number one, which is the water resource protection, they are catchment-based program, which are for water resource protection, including the adopted river invasive, alien invasive removal, wetland rehabilitation, as well as strategic water sources areas. And also we have this development of catchment management plan that will also consider each water resources that are available in each catchment, and also do the monitoring and implementation of the resource quality objectives in taking account the reserves and classification studies that have been undertaken. You will see also in number three, theme three, water allocation. We have licenses to ensure that we regulate the abstraction of the of water in this catchment. Through STEM 4 stakeholder engagement, we have in KZN a number of catchment management forums that are undertaking and which are also capacitating stakeholders in addressing land use impact on the water resources, such as sand mining, overgrazing, grassland fires, and so on. And you will see also the theme 5 cooperative governance and in social arrangement that we needed to work with other government spheres to ensure that we build the capacity and also to mobilize resources and work together in a stewardship and mobilize resources for implementing this strategy, and also as a CMA, proto CMA, to ensure that we collect enough revenue for the implementation of this strategy. You will see theme 6 and 7 is that we will be more visible on the ground to ensure that all the water users are compliant. And in the information, we will ensure that the land use changes in catchment are also captured, are monitored and reported so that we can develop further the activities and action needed to ensure that we protect our water resources. So in this picture, the last slide of my presentation, it shows the Hazelmere Dam in KZN, which is currently affected by the dam siltation. Currently, the department is still trying to raise the dam wall. You will notice around the dam that there is a lot of houses that have been built. Others, they've already encroached the purchase boundaries. What we are emphasizing to reduce this development and unplanned and uncoordinated development, we need to ensure that each state dams have or and implement the resource management plans to ensure the maximum protection of these strategic sources for economic development and the ecosystem at large. I thank you all.